What is up, everybody? How's it going? We're actually going to go over the arrest defendant of Bryan Kohberger, guys. It's been a long day. Guys, hopefully everybody's doing well. I know I am. I've just been kind of just tired today. Just kind of doing my own thing today, guys. But then I seen this and I thought, man, I've got to do something with this. I've got to actually show you guys, share it with you guys and everything else. First, we're going to go over here. Hello, Mocha. How's it going? Mocha, hopefully I didn't butcher your name. Nada, how's it going? Natasha, always good to see you. Justice, hello. So yeah, Paige, welcome. It's kind of what we're going to do today, guys. Hopefully everybody, like I said, hopefully everybody's having a good day with that. But first, let's go ahead and put these on. Anyways, yes, let's go ahead and get this started, guys. Again, this is the arrest of defendant. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to drop this link. If anybody wants to come up and join me, they can. So let's go ahead and paste that, drop that. So let's go ahead and drop that. And let's go ahead and get started, guys.
So let's read it.
Give me just a second, guys. A little bit of audio problems here. We're live, so all right, there we go. That should be good. Let's see if that works now.
Here. So below, gosh, my mom, you could hear that somebody keeps going in and out. Hopefully that beeping is not going to bother you guys. Okay. It says the below information is provided by Brett Payne, who is a duly appointed, qualified, and acting peace officer within the county of Latah, state of Idaho. Brett Payne is employed by Moscow Police Department in the official capacity or position of corporal and has been a trained and qualified peace officer for approximately 4 years. CPL Payne is being assisted by members of the Idaho State Police and agents of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. On November 13th, 2022, at approximately 4 p.m., Moscow Police Department Sergeant Blaker and I responded to 1122 King Road, Moscow, Idaho, hereafter the King Road residence, to assist with scene security and processing of a crime scene associated with 4 homicides. Upon arrival, the Idaho State Police forensic team was on the scene and was preparing to begin processing the scene. MPD Officer Smith, one of the initial responding officers to the incident, advised he would walk me through the scene.
Hey, Crisis.
Like I said, anybody that wants it, just email me and I'll do it late. I'll send it like after the live. I'm not going to do it during the live, but I'm reading it right now. Okay, so OFC Smith and I entered the King Road residence through the bottom floor door on north side of the building. OFC Smith and I then walked upstairs to the second floor. OFC Smith directed me down the hallway to the west bedroom on the second floor, which I later learned through Xana's driver's license and other personal belongings found in the room was Xana Kernodle's hereafter Kernodle room. That's what they called it, I guess. Just before this room, there was a bathroom door on the south wall of the hallway. As I approached the room, I could see a body, later identified as Kernodle's, laying on the floor. Kernodle was deceased with wounds which appeared to have been caused by an edged weapon. Oh, thanks for joining me, Angela. Thank you. My email is just zavgirl@protonmail.com. Serial killer. Also in the room was a male later identified as Ethan Chapin, hereafter Chapin. Hopefully I'm saying these names right. Why do I feel like I'm like not saying them right?
What's up, Tommy?
I'm a passenger in a vehicle right now. Oh, it's not good. Oh, sorry. Shoot, that sucks. Also in the room was a male later identified as Ethan, hereafter Chapin. Chapin was also deceased with wounds later determined. Autopsy reported by Spokane. Hopefully it'll.
Guys, do we not all find this weird? I just sit here and I'm watching it with you guys and I'm thinking to myself, like, everybody said he didn't do this. There was tons of people saying he was not guilty. Tons of people. And then if you go on, if you watch one of the court appearances, they actually tell him what he could actually be taking as far as like time goes, jail goes, life to 10 years for every account. I mean, so yeah, It's getting very serious, guys, and it should be straight and to the point. And that's actually what this is getting to, is straight and to the point. I'm getting a feeling that people doesn't want to mess with this whole case as far as the law goes, the court goes, and everything like that. So it's crazy. T Dameron, how's it going? Making around, showing their respect. How's it going, bud? Welcome, everybody. Yes, Rebel Nation. Yes, T Tamarin, hello. All right, guys, let's get back to it. But yeah, I'm just sitting here watching this with you guys, and I just think to myself, like, this is crazy. This guy got, and they still don't got a murder weapon, guys. He's one of the only ones that knows where that murder weapon's at. Do you think that he's actually going to tell him? It's a good thought. Anyways, let's jump right back to the video.
County medical examiner dated December 15th, but to be caused by a sharp force injuries. I then followed OFC Smith upstairs to the third floor of the residence. The third floor consisted of 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. The bedroom on the west side of the floor was later determined to be Kaylee Gonzalez, hereafter Gonzalez's room. I later learned from review of Officer Nunez' body camera. There was a dog in the room when Moscow police officers initially responded. The dog belonged to Gonzalez and her ex-boyfriend, Jack. I found out from my interview with Jack on November 13th that he and Gonzalez shared the dog. OFC Smith then pointed out a small bathroom on the east side of the third floor. This bathroom shared a wall with Madison Mogan's, hereafter Mogan bedroom, which was situated on the southeast corner of the third floor. Okay, so they're just describing the scene right now. So the dog, I get, so when the officers got there, the dog was in the bedroom. But let's see. As I entered this bedroom, I could see 2 females in the single bed in the room. Both Gonzalez and Mogan were deceased with visible stab wounds. I also later noticed what appeared to be a tan leather knife sheath laying on a bed next to Mogan's right side. When viewed from the door, the sheath was later processed and had Kohberger USMC and the United States Marine Corps Eagle Globe, an anchor insignia stamped on the outside of it. The Idaho State Lab later located a single source of male DNA, suspect profile, left on the bottom snap of the knife sheath. A part of the investigation, numerous interviews were conducted by Moscow Police Department officers, Idaho State Police detectives, and FBI agents. 2 of the interviews included BF and DM. Both BF and DM were inside the King Road residence at the time.
ACYN.
So that's the 2, Bethany and Dylan, the 2 roommates. So those were the interviews. Were inside the King residence at the time of the homicides and were roommates to the victims of Bethany's bedroom was located on the east side of the first floor of the King Road residence. So it's saying at the time of the homicides and were roommates to the victims. Bethany's bedroom was located on the east side of the first floor of the King Road residence. Okay, I just wanted to repeat that just in case that got
Hey,
confusing.
Scuba.
Okay. Based on numerous interviews conducted by MPD officers, ISP detectives, and FBI agents, as well as my review of evidence, I have learned the following. On the evening of November 12th, 2022, Chapin and Kernodle are seen by Bethany at the Sigma Chi House on the University of Idaho campus at 73 address drive from approximately 9 p.m. on November 12th to 1:45 a.m. on November 13th. So Bethany was at that little party on the campus. Okay, at the fraternity. So Bethany also estimated that approximately 1:45 a.m. Ethan and Xana returned to the King Road residence. Bethany also stated that Ethan did not live in the King Road residence, but was a guest of Xana. I'm just using their first names. I don't know. It's easier. I don't know. What do you mean John D is BS? I'm confused what that means. Okay.
Does anyone else not find this confusing? This whole ordeal about no knife. They actually put C's on all the weapons at his family's house. On top of that, so all the weapons that's at his family's house is being seized, and a lot of other things, guys. They put a hold on a lot of other things with his family. So And his dad, in that video of whenever he gets pulled over by the cops, Bryan gets pulled over by cops, the whole thing with his dad was just so weird. It's like Bryan didn't want him to say what his dad said. So yeah, it's really weird, guys. Skibby Sam's here. We're actually going to let her join. Give me a second. Almost forgot how to do it. How's it going?
Hey, it's going. What'd I miss?
Nothing really. We just got started. So yeah.
Okay.
Just the arrest of Bryan. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I've been watching everything like on the news, like not the news. I don't follow like the news. I've been watching.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. I've been following like the detectives and like the case itself. So I'm pretty much caught up that wise.
Did you hear about whenever his dad got pulled over, whenever Bryan got pulled over?
Did you listen to what they were saying?
Yeah, everybody's like wondering about the father now.
Yeah.
This whole thing, yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, okay, but was this after, or this was after like the murders took place, right? They got pulled over?
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah, so this is after when the dad drove back with him from Idaho.
Yeah. So now I'm like, okay, well, maybe he had no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody's like, well, he attended court with raggedy clothes on and everything else, and yeah.
I don't know, something. Crazy. Yeah, something's still not.
It's not, something's not right, guys. It's just not right. The car, they're actually talking about the car being seen now up top and stuff. So it's getting further. We're getting closer to
now I do
everything else.
The car is still in Pennsylvania and they're taking care of taking that apart.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're not going to move it locations just so they don't lose any evidence.
Okay. So, and yes, who was it? Said something about 10 to Life. Justice Roberts. Yes, I seen actually 10 to Life actually made a new video of that. I'm actually going to do a reaction to that video, maybe tonight or tomorrow, one or another. But then again, I actually want to do a live panel of the BTK killer too. And I found a old court case of his when he was charged with everything. So yeah. But it's like 2 hours long. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it was really interesting to listen to about how he actually went in discussion about how he tortured him and everything else. So it'd be like one that, internet, viewer discretion is advised, stuff like that. So, but I think that would be nice. I mean, it's true crime. So I think, there you go. I mean, it is true crime. And a lot of these killers actually studied BTK, like Bryan, they said actually, went and studied him and actually may have reached out to the BTK on top of that. So,
yeah, what got me was when they did that traffic stop and they were like, oh, well, you just came from WSU. And he's like, yeah, I work there.
Yeah. The cop was like, what's WSU?
Yeah.
And what about the mass shooting? What was that about?
So it wasn't really a mass shooting. What it was is somebody had barricaded themselves inside their home or something, and they had to go in and de-escalate. And the guy ended up getting shot and killed by the police.
See,
so I don't know if that was just trying to deter the cops from what they were doing at the time.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's almost like Bryan was like, didn't even want his father to even be talking.
Well, that or like he was doing all the talking for him at one point.
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
Do you want him to talk or not? So
yeah,
I'm confused.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get back into this video. This is actually Zab Girl. I was watching her and I'm like, you know what? Her voice is just, I just love listening to her voice, guys. So that's the reason why I picked hers to do this with. All right, guys, let's jump. Go ahead.
I just got back from the doctor, so.
Oh, how was that? How'd that go?
Oh, it was just a checkup. So I've been avoiding it.
Cool. There you go. All right, let's get back to the video. Let's speed this up a little bit, guys. Let's go to this. All right, let's continue.
So Kaylee and Maddie were at a local bar, the Corner Club at 202 North Main Street in Moscow. Kaylee and Maddie can be seen on a video footage provided by the Corner Club between 10 p.m. on November 12th and 1:30 a.m. on November 13th. At approximately 1:30 a.m., Kaylee and Maddie can be seen on video at a local food vendor called the Grub Truck. But that's not even true. They have their times a little bit off because remember the video. I don't know. It's probably just a little typo because the video.
Their times are a little bit off because if you watch this, the times of the Grubhub being ordered and the time of the murders, it doesn't add up at all. The times doesn't add up all the way through that.
No, because the affidavit says like what, 4 or 5 a.m.
Yeah, and I want to point out that the Taco Bell that was actually delivered. Remember the Taco Bell they was talking about delivered one? The times was off at Washington or in Idaho, but in Poe, Washington, there's a Taco Bell not too far that actually closed at 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Bryan Laundry or Bryan, sorry, Bryan, not Bryan Laundry. I'm thinking about him and his mom, guys, about the whole ordeal about his mom getting involved now. About she supposedly have actually offered him a shovel to bury her. Guys, that's a whole nother live, guys. I've been studying that, guys. So this is actually inside of a mind of someone who actually studies this stuff and reads about stuff all day. So
whole nother live, whole nother Bryan.
Yes. So Bryan Kohberger, whatever, however you pronounce his name.
It's Kohberger.
Kohberger. So Bryan Kohberger lives in Poe, Washington, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. He went to school or whatever in Poe, Washington, correct?
I think
right?
so.
It's something about Poe, Washington.
I know he lived there.
Okay. So now the that Taco Bell didn't close until 3 o'clock.
Yes.
The one in Idaho closed at 2 o'clock. So so they had to have got the Taco Bell from Poe, Washington at 3 o'clock. But then again, the Grubhub came to the house at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, 4-ish is what they said. So
when the corner club probably closed way before that.
Yeah. It's crazy. Time does not add up, guys. It just doesn't. So yeah. Unless
that Grub Truck was just open very, very, very late or early, should I say.
Yeah. That's very true. Very true.
I didn't check the times on that.
Yeah. She goes through the times on here and she actually discusses it doesn't add all the things doesn't add up. So all right, let's get right back to the video.
But they didn't get there till like 1:45, I thought, right? Because the video, that one video from the corner bar, that was at like 1:32. I think it was after 1:30. Anyway, oh well, not that big of a deal, I guess. So the local food called their Grub Truck at 318 South Main Street in downtown Moscow. The Grub Truck live streams video from their food truck on the streaming platform Twitch, which is available for public viewing on their website. This video is captured by law enforcement. A private party reported that he provided a ride to Maddie and Kaylee at approximately 1:56 a.m. from downtown Moscow in front of the Grub Truck to the King Road residence. So Dylan and Bethany both made statements during the interviews that indicated the occupants of the King Road residence were at home by 2 a.m. and asleep or at least in their rooms by approximately 4 a.m. This is with the exception of Xana, who received a DoorDash order at the residence at approximately 4 a.m. Law enforcement identified the DoorDash delivery driver who reported this information.
Okay, so we have at 146 Congalvis and Mogan, approximately 146 from downtown Moscow in front of the Grub Truck in King Road residence. DMPF, both of the statements during interviews indicate the occupants of the King Road residence were home by 2 and asleep or at least in their rooms by approximately 4. This is worth the exception of Corneli. How's that? What's that say? It's really blurry. Anyways, who received a DoorDash order, residents of approximately 4. Law enforcement identified the DoorDash delivery driver who reported the information. But they go on to say that the DoorDash order at 4, and then they go on to say that one of them was up on TikTok when they went over her phone.
That was Xana, I do believe.
And I do believe they said that was at like 4:15.
So this had to have happened quick.
Yeah, well, and they go on to say that the one of the girls that was downstairs in the first floor actually seen the killer walk by with a face mask on and identified him at 5'10" in height and bushy eyebrows.
Yep.
So she actually seen who the killer was. So yeah. So yes, hi, 1,000 Thoughts. How's it going? Yes, so it's times and stuff just doesn't. I mean, I understand, they're just actually putting in times, but I don't know.
Right.
Just it seems a little off to me. But anyways, let's get back to the video.
Yep.
Let's slow this down.
Okay, so Dylan stated she originally went to sleep in her bedroom on the southeast side of the second floor. Dylan stated she was awoken approximately 4 a.m. by what she stated sounded like Kaylee playing with her dog in one of the upstairs bedrooms, which were located on the third floor. A short time later, Dylan said she heard who she thought was Kaylee say something to the effect of, "There's someone here." A review of records obtained from a forensic download of Xana's phone showed this could also have been Cornoodle or Xana, as her cell phone indicated she was likely awake and using her TikTok app at approximately 4:12 a.m. Dylan stated she looked out of her bedroom but did not see anything when she heard the comment about someone being in the house. Dylan stated she opened her door a second time when she heard what she thought was crying coming from Xana's room. Dylan then said she heard a male voice say something to the effect of, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." At approximately 4:17 a.m., a security camera located at 1112 King Road, a residence immediately to the northwest of 1122 King Road, picked up a distorted audio of what sounded like a voices or a whimper, followed by a loud thud. A dog can be heard barking numerous times starting at 4:17 a.m. The security camera is less than 50 feet from the west wall of Xana's bedroom. DM stated she opened the door for the third time after she heard the crying and saw a figure clad in black clothing in a mask that covered the person's mouth and nose walking towards her. Dylan described the figure as 5'10" or taller, male, not very muscular, but athletically built with bushy eyebrows. The male walked past Dylan as she stood in a frozen shock phase. The male walked towards the backsliding glass door. Dylan locked herself in the room after seeing the male. Dylan did not state that she recognized the male. This leads investigators to believe that the murderer left the scene. The combination of Dylan's statements of to law enforcement, reviews of forensic downloads of records from Bethany and Dylan's phone.
But now they're saying that the investigated homicide occurred at 4 a.m. to 4:25. But she got the Grubhub order at 4, up on her phone at 4:15. So this happened like within like a 30-minute time period here.
Yeah. He was
All
quick.
right. Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, and they go on to say that if they think he actually come to kill all of them, but that door was locked, which saved the two downstairs in the first floor. Anyways, guys, you know what? Did you see his hands? How cut up his hands was and the scratch on his neck and stuff?
No,
Bryan Kohberger.
I couldn't see it that well.
Yeah, so he has scratches all over his hands and a scratch down the left or right side of his neck. I'm not really for sure which one, but yeah. He has that as well. So yeah, this whole thing, the times and stuff just doesn't add up. I'm anxious to see where they got the DNA from, because they was actually talking about the tub too, about getting skin flakes from the tub. That's actually how they caught the BTK killer, is actually skin flakes.
Have you watched the affidavit being read by the what's his name, Justin something on Long Time?
I have not.
If you go watch Justin, what's his name? He does it with oh good Lord, who's that detective guy who's always on there?
Does he have glasses?
Yes.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he's a good one. I like watching him too.
Yeah, he does it. He reads the whole affidavit. You need to go watch, because I watched it before I came on here.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, let's get right back to the video.
And video of a suspect video as described below leads investigators to believe the homicides occurred between 4 a.m. and 4:25 a.m. During the processing of the crime scene, investigators found a latent shoe print. This was located during the second processing of the crime scene by the ISP forensic team by first using a presumptive blood test and then amino black, a protein stain that detects the presence of a cellular material. The detected shoe print showed a diamond-shaped pattern similar to pattern of a Vans type shoe sole just outside the door of Dylan's bedroom. located on the second floor. This is consistent with Dylan's statement regarding the suspect's path of travel.
Oh, wow.
So that answers the. That's weird, though. That does answer the question that Dylan wasn't on the bottom floor. Her room wasn't on the bottom floor. But remember all the freaking reports that came out that said the 2 surviving roommates were on the bottom floor. What were they trying to protect? Like the fact that she saw something or something? I'm a little bit confused. Because obviously her room wasn't on the bottom floor. It was on the second floor, right? Am I reading that right? Located on the second floor, yeah. Anyway, and plus she saw him walk out. So yeah. Wow. Anyway, a part of this investigation, an extensive search, commonly referred to in law enforcement as a video canvas.
So I thought the 2 in the second floor got murdered. I thought the first floor, they survived.
Right. That it is the first floor.
But she just said that she was King Road residence, footage early morning hours, surveillance address. So she just said the second floor.
Yeah, no. And Kaylee and Maddie were on the third floor.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But she just went on to say the second floor. So
Yeah.
King Road. Let's go and listen to this again, guys. Let's go back a little bit because I'm pretty sure she said this is actually described wrong or printed wrong.
Detective shoe print showed a diamond-shaped pattern similar to pattern of a Vans-type shoe sole just outside the door of Dylan's bedroom, located on the second floor. This is consistent with Dylan's statement regarding the suspect's path of travel. So that answers the. That's weird, though. That does answer the question that Dylan wasn't on the bottom floor. Her room wasn't on the bottom floor. But remember all the freaking reports that came out that said the 2 surviving roommates were on the bottom floor. What were they trying to protect? Like the fact that she saw something or something? I'm a little bit confused.
Hey, literally.
Obviously, her room wasn't on the bottom floor. It was on the second floor, right? Am I reading that right? Located on the second floor, yeah. Anyway, and plus she saw him walk out. So yeah.
On the second floor, and plus she saw him walk out. No, everybody on the second floor was actually deceased. The first floor is where the survivors was. The second floor is where the boyfriend and the girlfriend was. The third floor is where the 2 girls was.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody saw him on the second floor. They saw him from the first floor.
Right.
Because the one in the second floor was deceased at the time.
Yeah. I think she just got it mixed up.
So maybe that was just mixed up. All right, let's go ahead and continue.
Yeah,
Wow.
she's good. Just got mixed up.
Yeah.
Anyway, a part of this investigation, an extensive search, commonly referred to in law enforcement as a video canvas, was conducted in the area of the King Road residence. This video canvas was to obtain any footage from the early morning hours of November 13th, 2022 in the area of King Road residence and surrounding neighborhoods in an effort to locate the suspects or suspect vehicle traveling to or leaving from King Road residence. This video canvas resulted in the collection of numerous surveillance videos in the area from both residential and business addresses. I have reviewed numerous videos that were collected and have had conversations with the other MPD officers, ISP detectives, and FBI agents that are similarly reviewing the footage that was obtained. A review of camera footage indicated that a white sedan, hereafter suspect vehicle 1, was observed traveling westbound in the 700 block of Indiana Hills Drive in Moscow at approximately 3:26 a.m. and westbound on Steiner Avenue at Idaho State Highway 94 in Moscow at approximately 3:28 a.m. On this video, it appeared a suspect vehicle 1 was not displaying a front license plate. A review of footage from multiple videos obtained from King Road neighborhood showed multiple sightings of suspect 1 starting at 3:29 a.m. and ending at 4:20 a.m. These sightings show suspect vehicle 1 makes an initial 3 passes by the 1122 King Road residence and then leave via Wallata Drive. Based off of my experience as a patrol officer, this is a residential neighborhood with a very limited number of vehicles that travel in the area during the early morning hours. Upon review of the video, there are only a few cars that enter and exit this area during this time frame. Okay, so he makes 3 sightings show vehicle makes an initial 3 passes. Okay, let's see. Suspect vehicle 1 can be seen entering the area a 4th time at approximately 4:04 a.m. It can be seen driving eastbound on King Road, stopping and turning around in front of 500 Queen Road, number 52, and then driving back westbound on King Road. When suspect vehicle 1 is in front of the King Road residence, it appeared unsuccessfully attempt to park or turn around in the road. The vehicle then continued to the intersection of Queen Road and King Road, where it can be seen completing a 3-point turn and then driving eastbound again down Queen Road. Suspect vehicle 1 is next seen departing the area of the King Road residence at approximately 4:20 a.m. at a high rate of speed. Suspect vehicle 1 is next observed traveling southbound on Willenta Drive. Based on my knowledge of the area and review of camera footage in the neighborhood, it does not show suspect vehicle 1 during that time frame. I believe that the suspect vehicle 1 likely exited the neighborhood at Palos Drive, River Drive, and Conestoga Drive. Palos River Drive is at the southern edge of Moscow and proceeds into the Whitman County, Washington. Eventually, the road leads to Pullman, Washington. Pullman, Washington is approximately 10 miles from Moscow, Idaho. Both Pullman and Moscow are small college towns, and people commonly travel back and forth between them. Law enforcement officers provided video footage of a suspect vehicle 1 to forensic examiners with the FBI that regularly utilize surveillance footage to identify the year, make, and model of an unknown vehicle that is observed by one or more cameras during the commission of a criminal offense. The forensic examiner has approximately 35 years law enforcement experience with 12 years at the FBI. His specific training includes identifying unique characteristics of vehicles, and he uses a database that gives visual clues of vehicle across states to identify differences between vehicles. After reviewing the numerous observation of suspect vehicle 1, the forensic examiner initially believed that suspect vehicle 1 was a 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra. Upon further review, he indicated it could also be a 2011 to 2016 Hyundai Elantra. As a result, investigators have been reviewing information on persons in possession of a vehicle that is 2011 to 2016 white Hyundai Elantra.
Here, we'll see.
Investigators were given access to video footage on Washington State University campus located in Pullman, Washington. A review of that video indicated that approximately 2:44 a.m. on November 13th, 2022, a white sedan, which was consistent with the description of the white Elantra known as suspect vehicle 1, was observed at WSU surveillance cameras traveling north on Southeast Nevada Street at Northeast Stadium Way. At approximately 2:53 a.m., a white sedan, which is consistent with the description of the white Elantra known as suspect vehicle 1, was observed traveling southeast in Nevada Street in Pullman. Pullman, Washington towards SR 270. It connects Pullman, Washington to Moscow, Idaho. This camera footage from Pullman, Washington was provided to the same FBI forensic examiner. The forensic examiner identified the vehicle observed in Pullman, Washington as being a 2014 to 2016 Hyundai Elantra. At approximately 5:25 a.m., a white sedan, which was consistent with the description of the suspect vehicle 1, was observed on 5 cameras in Pullman, Washington on WSU campus cameras. The first camera that recorded the white sedan was located at 1300 Johnson Road in Pullman. The white sedan was observed traveling northbound on Johnson Road. Johnson Road leads directly back to West Palos River Drive in Moscow, which intersects with Conestoga Drive. The white sedan was then observed turning north on Bishop Boulevard and northwest on SR 270. At approximately 5:27 a.m., the white Elantra was observed on cameras traveling northbound on Stadium Way at Nevada.
So I guess what they said has happened was another channel actually broke this down a little better. She's seen him and she shut the door, and that's when the door was locked again. So that's what they said. But yeah, that does seem kind of weird. She's seen him and he just let her live. I mean, but he at that point in time, he could have been too far away from the door to actually barge the door, and the door be already locked. And by that time, they actually go out the back door, which is on the first floor where they was at. See, there was a door that was leading with an numeric code into the house and out of the house, and on the second floor. And then you walked. There was a bedroom and whatever else. And there was another door that led up to the second floor, which was actually locked. And that's what she seen the killer through, was the second door at that time.
Well, and the fact that he said, it's okay, I'm going to help you.
Yeah,
What?
that's what they said about the first. I think she said the third floor. He said it's okay. I want to help you. So yeah, I mean, in that one video that I showed you guys, that person that made that video actually goes on to say that he grabbed her because one of them tried to run away. So it's weird, guys. A very weird situation. But yeah, that's what happened. Dodging bullets that's what they said happened, is because she already had a door locked. So, but then again, they said they couldn't hear anything too. So now they're automatically hearing things. It's just, there's a whole ordeal about that. People even made videos about that, about the first floor not being able to hear anything on the second or third floor.
Right.
Oh yeah. All right, let's go back to the video.
Street Stadium Way at Grimes Way, Stadium Drive, Wilson Road, Stadium Way at Cougar Way. The depiction showing Moscow and Pullman. Depiction showing the way Elantra path of travel. Oh, it's not. It's very not very good. Wait, what are you talking about, Amanda? Are you talking about like something that happened with you? I know. Don't even get me started. I don't understand that either. We'll talk about it. Yeah. I just wanted to finish reading this and then we'll discuss what we think. Okay, so here's the white Elantra.
So, Justice, so they went on to say that the reason why, quote unquote, this is just speculation, but this actually was from a news. I done a video on this yesterday. It was actually from basically a woman that went on to study, serial killers. She said that the reason why he could have did it is because of population of the girls. So yes, jealousy is what actually she said that could have actually led to the killing. So yeah, I figured it'd be something totally different, like jealousy because he could, and a lot. And she went on to say too that if a guy like him with the mindset of a killer thinks that he can't get with them, he'll kill him because he's obsessed with that person. Yeah. This is all, and then they went on to say that they think that Bryan went in to kill everybody, just like I said earlier, and only killed 4.
Guess we'll find out.
Yep. Anyways, let's jump back to the video.
Seen leaving WSU campus. This map is like really like, since it's just printed in like PDF file, it doesn't come up very well, huh? Anyway, okay. So on November 25th, 2022, MPD asked area law enforcement agencies to be on a lookout for a white Hyundai Elantras in the area. On November 29th, 2022, at approximately 12:28 a.m., Washington State University police officer Daniel Tiango queried white Elantras registered at WSU. As a result of that query, he located a 2015 white Elantra with a Pennsylvania license plate LFZ 8649. This vehicle was registered to Bryan Kohberger, hereafter Kohberger, residing at 1630 Northeast Valley Road, apartment 201, Pullman, Washington. 1630 Northeast Valley Road is approximately 3/4 of a mile from the intersection of Stadium Way and Cougar Way. Last camera location that picked up the white Elantra. The same day at approximately 12:58 a.m., WSU officer Curtis Whitman was looking for white Hyundai Elantras and located a 2015 Hyundai Elantra at 1630 Northeast Valley Road in Pullman in the parking lot. 1630 Northeast Valley Road is an apartment complex that houses WSU students. Officer Whitman also ran the car and it returned to Kohberger with a Washington tag. I reviewed Kohberger's Washington State driver's license information and photograph. The license indicates that Kohberger is a white male with a height of 6 foot and weighs 185 pounds. Additionally, the photograph of Kohberger shows that he has bushy eyebrows. Kohberger's physical description is consistent with the description of the male that Dylan saw inside King Road residence on November 13th.
You got a good point. So she went on to say, Barb went on to say, that's nuts. Why didn't the witness not call 911 then?
That's what we've all been wondering.
It's crazy. A lot of things with this downstairs first floor doesn't add up. Am I saying that they're guilty? I'm not. But just like you said, if you see somebody call, she should have called the cops right away, and then we may have been able to catch him right away anyways. So yeah, this is all new stuff coming in, guys. So yeah. So yes, it's very weird. Anyways, let's jump right to the video.
Further investigation, including a review of Latah County Sheriff's Deputy CPL Duke's body cam and reports, show that on August 21st, 2022, Kohberger was detained as a part of a traffic stop that occurred in Moscow, Idaho. At the time, Kohberger, who is the sole occupant, was driving a white 2015 Hyundai Elantra with Pennsylvania plate LFC 8649, which was set to expire on November 30th, 2022. During that stop, which was recorded via law enforcement body camera, Kohberger provided his phone number as blah, blah, blah. Hereafter, the 8458 phone as his cell phone number. Investigators conducted electronic database queries and learned that the 8458 phone is a number issued by AT&T. By October 14th, 2022, Bryan Kohberger was detained as part of a traffic stop by a WSU police officer. Upon review of that body cam and report of the stop, Kohberger was the sole occupant and was driving a white 2015 Hyundai Elantra with Pennsylvania plate LFC 8649. On November 18th, 2022, according to Washington State Licensing, Kohberger registered the 2015 white Elantra with Washington and later received Washington plate at CFB 8708 prior to this time. The 2015 white Elantra was registered in Pennsylvania. Okay. So, wow, in November 18th, white Elantra was later, okay, which does not require a front license plate. So it was registered in Pennsylvania, which does not require a front license plate to be displayed. This was learned through communications with Pennsylvania officer who is currently certified in the state of Pennsylvania.
What's up, Captain?
Okay. So, based on my own experience and communication with Washington law enforcement, I know that Idaho and Washington require front and back license plates to be displayed. Investigators believe that Kohberger is still driving the 2015 white Elantra because his vehicle was captured.
So the actual 911 call was actually the next day at approximately 11 o'clock the next day. Yes. So she's seen the survivor's seen the killer at 4 something that morning a.m. Why wasn't the cops called? Barb's got a good point. Why wasn't the cops called?
She at least knew there was an intruder in the house.
Yeah.
I am so lost.
But now, yeah, I'm puzzled because the guys in the photos that we actually quote unquote was actually talking about him, them, me being the killer, had ski mask on himself. We've seen that. So did she maybe think this guy was just one of those type of people because they used to seeing him wearing ski masks? I mean, they're in videos with them. They're in pictures with them.
Oh, hey, Brad. See you later.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. So approximately 4:30, 4:45-ish is whenever she's seen Bryan Kohberger walking out of the house with the ski mask on.
And she even stated that she had no idea who he was.
Yeah, and she was afraid enough she locked the door.
Right.
Huh. 911 call should have been called right away, and then they found everybody at 11 a.m. the following day.
That's where I kind of question whether the roommates knew him or not.
Yeah. I mean,
Sorry.
7 hours later, they call 911 and say that someone's unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one of them runs back downstairs from the second floor, out the first floor, out the back door, passes out. The other roommate comes out because she knows he's passed out, grabs the phone, finishes a 911 call. But that's the reason why she said that they was unconscious, because the second roommate that finished the call didn't see the people laying there. The friend that passed out seen the people laying there. That's just why the second person said that she was finished 911 call, said that she was unconscious. They was unconscious.
It may have been dark and they may have not seen the mess, but she knew that there was somebody in that house that wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah. Why wasn't 911 called?
She made a poor decision, and I bet she's going to regret that for the rest of her life.
That is crazy, guys. Why wasn't the 911 call made then? Bum puzzles me.
He was scared. And I can't tell you, I would know what I would do in that moment, to be honest.
Don't get me wrong. I'm sure, your emotions, you freeze up. You don't know what you're doing. Maybe talk about it. Should we call? Should we not? But the door wasn't even opened again to see if anything was wrong later on. The cops should have been called. That's just nonsense. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy, guys. That is absolutely crazy. So Nate,
go ahead. I had a guy here in my apartments. I've been here for a year and a half, and I haven't had any problems. Well, I came home from my doctor's appointment a couple weeks ago, and there was a guy sitting by my dumpster, and my mom's like, "Does he have a gun?" And I was like,
Wow.
"What?" And I looked because, I'm half blind. So like, it takes me a minute for my eyes to focus. And sure enough, he's sitting by the garbage can with a freaking a gun, or like a shotgun. And this is me. This is straight up me. I jump out of the car. I don't have a weapon.
Yeah.
I jump out of the car. I'm like, "Do you have an effing gun?"
Oh, wow.
That's just who I am.
Yeah.
And he's like, "It's a BB gun." And I was like, "It's a what?" Because I couldn't hear him.
Yeah.
And I start yelling at him. And he's walking towards me. I was like, stop right there.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have shot me at any time. So
wow. Yeah. Always call 911, guys. Not even if we're scared. You know what? Even if someone's playing a joke, at least you saved somebody if it was a real thing. So
well, he was like, "I got it to show my niece," and I was like, "Shouldn't your niece be in school?"
Wow.
And first off, like, I got it as a joke for my niece, and I was like, "You got a BB gun as a joke for your niece? Like, not funny."
Yeah, no, it's not good. I mean, it literally goes on to say he had to have blood all over him too. The only way I could actually say this is if, one, they say that he may have wore a biohazard suit and chain, slipped his clothes into a plastic bag, and then done away with him like that. But if he had black on, you're not going to see the blood on his black. That's the only other way that I can actually say that. But then again, shouldn't the car have blood all over it at that point from setting down, from anything else? Because the stabbing, it's going to be bloody. There's going to be blood splatter. I mean, there was blood splatter on the wall, guys.
They will take that. That's why they took the car. They will tear that whole car apart, piece by piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's absolutely crazy. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get back to the video.
On December 13th, 2022, by a license plate reader in Loma, Colorado. Information provided by a query to a database. Kohberger's Elantra was then queried. So December 13th, wow, like a month. Oh, that's when he was driving through. That's right. Never mind. 2022 by law enforcement in Hancock County, Indiana. On December 16th, 2022, approximately 2:26, surveillance video showed Kohberger's Elantra in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. The sole occupant of the vehicle was a white male whose description was consistent with Kohberger. Kohberger has family in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. Learn through a TLO search and locate tool database. Based on information provided by the WSU website, Kohberger is currently a PhD student in criminology at Washington State University. Pursuant to records provided by a member of the interview panel for Pullman's Police Department, we learned that Kohberger's past education included undergraduate degrees in psychology and cloud-based forensics. These records also show Kohberger wrote an essay when he applied for an internship with Pullman Police Department in the fall of 2022. Kohberger wrote in his essay he had an interest in assisting rural law enforcement agencies with how to better collect and analyze technological data in a public safety operations. Kohberger also posted a Reddit survey which can be found by an open source internet search. The survey asked for participants to provide information to understand how emotions and psychological traits influence decision making when committing a crime. Sorry. That's that one we all read that day. Okay, hold on. Let me take a sip of my coffee, guys. So, what do you guys think so far?
Hey, Pew Pew, how's it going?
I'm a little bit confused though about the. Hold on, let me see something real quick while I'm just taking a minute.
She does talk a lot. She needs a sip of her coffee. I love Zav.
Look up something
Zav's
really
cool.
quick.
Me too. I've been following her for, I think she's the first one I ever subbed to.
Wow. Yeah, she's growing too.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, BJ, how's it going?
Yeah,
Do you watch Crime Circus?
Okay.
What now?
Do you watch Crime Circus?
Crime Justice?
Crime Circus.
Yes, I do actually. I found him just the other day.
Yeah, Drip Drop is really cool.
Drip Drop. You know, I thought to myself, like, Drip Drop and Deuces. That's actually two cool names. Drip Drop and Deuces. That's pretty cool.
And he doesn't matter if he uses information, like, as long as you, like, tag him in it and do, like, all that stuff. Like, harsh.
Yeah. I mean,
like, and he does his research, dude.
Drip Drop is pretty cool. I seen him earlier. I just want to know, like, the whole face paint thing. What's that used for? Is that used for, like, you know, to get click, you know, so people see your face and click on there to listen to you? I'm not, and he's a good channel. I mean, he's a good Crime Circus is a good channel. I like that guy.
Absolutely, and I like T-Rev. T-Rev's really good too.
T-Rev's good. Harsh Reality's good. Crime Circus is good. Zav Girl's good. I like Zav Girl because she actually talks about stuff.
Yes.
And she takes time. I've seen this girl on like 13-hour lives. I'm
a visual learner. Like, I need to see it.
Yeah. And that's kind of how I am too. I mean, I like to read stuff, look at stuff. And like I said, as far as like the BTK killer and the Golden State killer, I was actually reading about him the other day. And because I told you guys I was going to bring that stuff back and talk about it. That was crazy. Absolutely crazy, guys. Absolutely. He went on and done everything he did with phone calls, leaving messages, basically marking his next kills. Message on the phone saying, "I'm going to kill you." I mean, just crazy stuff like that. So yeah, yes, very much so. All right, guys, let's jump back to the video.
Okay. November 13th, 2022, between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., after determining that Kohberger was associated to both the 2015 Waylantra and the 8458 phone, investigators reviewed these search warrant returns. A query of 8458 phone and these returns did not show the 8458 phone utilizing cell tower resources in close proximity to the King Road residence between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Based on my training experience and conversations with law enforcement officers that specialize in the utilization of cell phone records as a part of investigations, individuals can either leave their cell phone at a different location before committing a crime or turn their cell phone off prior to going to a location to commit a crime. This is done by subjects in an effort to avoid alerting law enforcement that a cell device associated with them was in the particular area where a crime is committed. I also know that on numerous occasions, subjects will surveil an area where they intend to commit a crime prior to the date of the crime. Depending on the circumstances, this could be done a few days before or several months prior to the commission of a crime. During these types of surveillance, it is possible that an individual would not leave their cell phone at a separate location or turn it off since they do not plan to commit the offense on the particular day. Very smart. On December 23rd, 2022, I applied for and was granted a search warrant for historical phone records between November 12th, 2022 at 12 a.m. and November 14th at 12 a.m. for 8458 phone held by the AT&T provider. Phone provider AT&T. I read that backwards, sorry. Approximately 24 hours preceding and following the times of the homicide. On December 23rd, pursuant to the search warrant, I received records or the 8458 phone from AT&T. These records indicated that 8458 phone is subscribed to Bryan Kohberger at an address at Albrightsville, Pennsylvania.
Hey,
And the
Jamie.
account has been open since June 23rd, 2022. These records also included historical cell site location information for 8458 phone. After receiving this information, I consulted with an FBI special agent that is certified as a member of the Cell Analysis Survey Team, CAST. Okay. Members of CAST are certified with the FBI to provide expert testimony in the field of historical CSLI and are required to pass extensive training that includes both written and practical examinations prior to be certified with CAST, as well as completion of yearly certification requirements. Additionally, the FBI, CAST, SA, and I consulted with has over 15 years of federal law enforcement experience, which includes 6 years with the FBI. From information provided by CAST, I was able to determine estimated locations for the 8458 phone from November 12th, 2022 to November 13th, 2022. The time period authorized for. On November 13th, 2022, at approximately 2:42 a.m., the 8458 phone was utilizing cell resources that provide coverage to 1630 Northeast Valley Road, apartments G201, Pullman, Washington. Year after the Kohberger residence, at approximately 2:47 a.m., the 8458 phone utilized cell resources that provided coverage southeast of Kohberger's residence, consistent with the 8458 phone, leaving the Kohberger residence and traveling south through Pullman, Washington. This is consistent with the movement of the White Elantra. At approximately 2:47 a.m., the 8458 phone stops reporting to the network, which is consistent with either the phone being in an area without cell coverage, the connection to the network is disabled, such as putting the phone in airplane mode, or that the phone is turned off. The 8458 phone does not report to the network again until approximately 4:48 a.m., at which time it utilized cell resources that provide coverage to Idaho State Highway 95 south of Moscow, Idaho, near Blaine, Idaho, north of Genesee, between 4:50 a.m. and 5:26 a.m. The phone utilizes cell resources that are consistent with 8458 phone traveling south on Idaho State Highway 95 to Genesee, Idaho, then traveling west towards Uniontown, Idaho, and then north back into Pullman. At approximately 5:30 a.m., 8458 phone is utilizing resources that provide coverage to Pullman, Washington, and consistent with the phone traveling back to the Kohberger residence. The 8458 phone's movements are consistent with the movements of the White Elantra that is observed traveling north on Stadium Drive at approximately 5:27 a.m. Based on a review of the 8458 phone's estimated location and travel, the 8458 phone's travel is consistent with that of the White Elantra.
So they actually looked up the movements of the White Elantra.
Yep.
And it's consistent to everything that's going on here.
Is she reading the affidavit?
Yeah, she is.
Okay. So, yeah, I think they even go on to say that he got pulled over several times.
Yeah.
By the police officers.
Yeah. I think he got pulled over twice, I do believe.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, so this whole thing just does not add up. One person, no knife. They catch him. They're tracking the movements of this White Elantra. He's got a White Elantra. He gets pulled over, heading back to Pennsylvania. His dad's in the car. So people's talking about how come did the dad fly there because Bryan said that he wasn't feeling good enough to drive back?
I think this may be alleged, but I thought that somebody said this may be one of those misinformation things that I got somewhere. Yeah. That his dad flew in to where he was at in Pullman.
Yeah. And I want to know, like, why did he fly in there for? Was it just to drive back? Because Bryan said he didn't feel comfortable driving back?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's the excuse he used.
It's crazy because why would you, the excuse had to have been used? I wasn't feeling good, or that goes to tell me Bryan was actually worried about something. The reason why he had his father fly to where he was at to drive back to Pennsylvania.
Right.
Maybe Bryan knew that he was going to get caught on the way, and he wanted his dad to have the car or be around somebody when he got taken to jail. Maybe that's the factor. It's just really weird that they're actually talking about the father now, acting like he did, the information he gave. And these are all speculations, guys. But people's actually talking about this. Law is talking about this stuff.
Is it too far of a fetch to think that he's got some kind of like mental disorder such as like Asperger's?
Very well could be.
I just can't help but think that maybe he's got some kind of like explosive tick.
Yeah. I mean,
because there is high functioning and low functioning Asperger's. My brother's got the high functioning.
Okay.
He's got a full-time job. He's got a child. Like he's got the whole nine. And then there's low functioning, which is like you can't do anything with them because they just are uncontrolled. They have to be in homes. Like it's not a good time. They're not good to society is what it is.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, but people's talking about the father, guys. A lot of focus on the father now. Well, on Bryan as well, but the father as well too. So, yeah. So, BJ Marshall, wonder if him asked anyone else arrest, maybe Dylan. Yeah. So this wonder if him asked if anyone else arrest. Wonder if him asked anyone else to.
He's wondering if he asked if anyone was arrested, if they're meeting Dylan.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Barb says, "Laugh out loud." Me open being wrong. Haha. She could have put it likely. Yeah. So, guys, this goes on. We're gonna watch a little bit more of this, but then I want to take you guys and watch another video of Bryan, actually in court and stuff, and it was just disgusting. But anyways, let's go on with the video.
Further review indicated that the 8458 phone utilized cell resources November 13th that are consistent with the 8458 phone leaving the area of the Kohberger residence at approximately 9 a.m. and traveling to Moscow, Idaho. Specifically, the 8458 phone utilized cell resources that provided coverage to the King Road residence between 9:12 a.m. and 9:21 a.m. Wow. The 8458 phone utilizes cell resources that are consistent with the 8458 phone traveling back to the area of Kohberger residence and arriving to the area approximately 9:32 a.m. Wait, let me see. Let me read that again. Okay, wait. So on November 13th, they're consistent with 8458 phone leaving the area of Kohberger residence approximately 9 a.m. traveling to Moscow between 9:12 and 9:20. Huh. Wait, is that showing that he went back there, right? That morning? Am I reading that right?
He went back where?
Yeah.
Specifically, the 8458 utilized cell resources that would provide coverage to the King Road residents between 9:12 a.m. and 9:21 a.m. The phone utilized cell resources that are consistent with 845 traveling back to the area of the Kohberger residence and arriving to that area approximately 9:32. Oh, okay. Never mind. That's kind of confusing how that's written here.
It's all confused.
So, but 9:28 provide coverage to the King Road residence. Huh. I'm gonna have to read that a couple times later. Yeah, that's how I'm taking it. He went back. Is that how you guys were taking it? He went back that morning, right?
That's
and then
what it
went back
sounds like.
And then he was back to his residence back till 9:32. Okay, that's what I was thinking. It was saying. I was like, wait, what? But just the way they worded it, you think they would like kind of point it out and made a bigger deal about that. But I guess it's just facts. They're just stating facts. Wow. Anyway, okay.
Anyways, guys, I'm actually going to take you guys. I heard her say,
"What are you saying, John Doe? What do you mean?"
Like
now they did great, guys. I know sometimes we.
What now?
So now I'm seeing why it was sloppy.
Yeah, this is the whole thing is really confusing. I've said this from the beginning of this video. I'm like half over here, like, what is going on? Yeah. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and listen to what she has to say here.
We doubt law enforcement because we see like some cases where they screw up, but sometimes they do a really good job, and I feel like they were on it for this one. Probably more times they do good. Well, I don't know statistically how many times they do good or not, like how many times they screw up on cases and not, but they did good on this one. Wow. So here's the possible route based off a cell device location. So yeah, he definitely didn't take like a straight. Wow. What? It's like, oh, okay. Hold on, let me take another sip of my coffee. Oh, they are Juicy Jew? Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait, what page are we on? Oh, we're on the page with the map.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's go on to another video I wanted you guys to watch. Let's go on to Bryan Kohberger court hearing. Let's go on to that one.
I think for the rest of the duration, we should just mess up his name just to piss him off.
Yeah, it's just crazy. These guys done a good one too. These guys actually broke down stuff a lot more. How long is this one? Oh, this is 2 hours. Yeah. So let's go ahead and find something a little bit shorter, guys. I gotta go pick up my daughter in a little bit. So
yeah, I got ordering pizza tonight because I ain't cooking.
Yeah.
My mom asked me today what I wanted to do for my birthday, and I was like, I just want to go to Olive Garden.
Oh, is it your birthday today?
No, my birthday's the 13th.
Oh, okay. Well, happy early birthday, anyways.
Thank you.
Let's go on to see. There's all kinds of good ones now. Let's go on and watch this one. Frozen shock. Idaho students murder suspect walked past surviving roommate after stabbings. What is this one? Let's watch this one real quick.
Katie, we talked about and touched upon this DM, one of the surviving roommates. Very important information we are receiving here, but so many questions as well as we are learning so much more information. A lot of questions. One of the questions people are asking is, why didn't she call the police after she saw him? But instead she ran into her room and hid and then did it the day after. What can be explained here?
You know, we can't really tell what motivates people in a moment, especially one of great fear, to act in the manner that they did. I don't think that in any way implicates this person. I mean, certainly we don't have any evidence of that. And I try not to, from a legal and also a personal perspective, judge how people act within the context of trauma. Who knows what had gone on at that place before, or what she thought may have been
BJ, have a good one.
Activity, or maybe she was just way too afraid and was in denial. But I don't think any of this points to certainly her involvement.
Well, not her involvement, but Matt, you know, you were speaking before you were interrupted when we went into the hearing about the match here, talking about the description of the suspect, which is about 5'10", 6 foot, not athletic, but not muscular rather, but he had bushy eyebrows, which is something that we see Bryan Kohberger has. When you put these two together, what does that make you think?
Well, I think that it certainly explains why he became a suspect in this case as the pieces began to fall together. I mean, having an identification of an unknown male in your apartment the night of these murders is extremely important. Obviously, that's the person who's responsible for these killings, or some of these killings. The interesting thing to me is, she says that she froze there and he walked by her. Now, this was a defendant allegedly who killed 4 people. Did he not notice her? Would he not? Why would he leave her behind if he saw her, if he walked past her during these early morning hours? I mean, there are so many questions here as we begin to analyze the evidence in this case. And clearly, they've provided an abundance of evidence. This affidavit of probable cause is 16 pages long. That's unusual. As a prosecutor in the past, I would want an affidavit of probable cause to be very concise and to limit the information that I made available in that, only enough for probable cause to get a warrant and only enough evidence at a preliminary hearing to get that case bound to trial. Here we have kind of a treasure trove of evidence that was used to point the finger at this defendant.
Katie, we talked about and
See, even they said that the girl should have called the cops.
Yep.
Like, if you see someone in your house, why aren't you calling the cops? That's crazy. 100% crazy. They do not. Barb goes on to say they do not have an Olive Garden in Canada. No
What?
ultimate soup, breadsticks. Man, that sucks. I love Olive Garden, guys, especially the salad. Give me the salad.
Yeah.
I mean, give me the salad.
Yeah.
So, anyways, guys, let's go ahead and watch another one. I got another one I wanted you guys to watch too.
Maybe I should go to Red Lobster.
What now?
I said, or maybe I should go to Red Lobster.
I love Red Lobster too. Red Lobster is one of my favorites.
I love their coconut shrimp.
Yes, so do I.
Mm-hmm.
So do I. All right, here we go. Idaho murder suspect Bryan Kohberger makes his first court appearance. Shocking evidence links Bryan Kohberger to Idaho murders police crime. So let's go ahead and watch this. Kind of torn in between two of them, guys. Idaho murders updates. Reveals new shocking. How long is this one? Let's go ahead and watch this one.
You're watching live now from Fox, everyone. We appreciate you continuing to join us all in real time right here. I'm your host, Simone Page. Thanks again for joining us here as we've got full details on the alleged Idaho murder suspect. New updates regarding that here. We're just receiving the probable cause affidavit, arrest warrant, and other big info right here. So what I'll do is just read out some of that here for you right here on live now from Fox, everyone, as we just got these papers in within the last 10 minutes. One of the Idaho murder victim's surviving roommates heard crying, then opened her door and saw a man wearing a black mask on the night of the murders, according to newly released court documents. The roommate, identified only as DM, awoke at 4 a.m. November 13th by what she thought was Kaylee Gonclaves and playing with her dog Murphy on the third floor. A short time later, she heard what she thought was her friend saying, "There's someone here," the document says. DM opened her door and heard crying from Xana Kernodal room and a male voice saying, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." That's when she opened her door again and saw a figure clad in black clothing and a mask that covered the person's mouth and nose walking towards her. Moscow police.
And that's the reason why that's one reason why. Hello, Jerry. How are you? There's one reason why there could have been no blood is because he could have been wearing all black. So, yeah. I mean, that's what we said in the earlier videos whenever we was watching the affidavit, and everything else about Bryan Kohberger. The other thing is so they're just now saying that they heard noises now.
Right. Like, where was that?
Yeah, like before they said there was no noises being heard.
They heard nothing. They were asleep.
And then it goes on further to say that the people that actually lived there before, the past residents, even said you couldn't hear nothing through the walls or the floors of that house. So yeah, so now they're here. Now they're coming forward. The survivors of the first floor is coming forward to saying, "Hey, we heard screams and other voices that wasn't right." And then she actually seen the survivor or the murderer walk by at approximately 4:30 to 4:45 that morning a.m. and didn't call the cops until 11 p.m. Well, 11 a.m. that next day. So 7 hours later, they called the cops. Approximately.
Do you remember in the very beginning of this when I said the 2 roommates that were survived, I feel like had something to do with this whole thing?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I remember you saying that. Yeah, and now that's just speculations, guys.
Right.
So
Everything
yeah,
I'm saying is speculation,
so
but
yeah,
it's just really strange that they heard nothing, saw nothing, nothing happened. They were asleep, and now all of a sudden, there's noises. We saw someone.
yeah,
We froze. Somebody passed out. Like what?
yeah,
Something's up.
yeah. It's something definitely is not right. I mean, am I saying that the survivors actually tied into this? No, we're actually speculating. Why did they hear what they say that didn't hear anything, and all of a sudden they heard something that looks sus? Just at that, guys. So yeah. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
Police said in the affidavit, the male walked past DM as she stood in a frozen shock phase. Investigators believe the man is Bryan Kohberger, who they say left behind DNA on the button of a tan leather knife sheath on the crime scene after allegedly stabbing to death the 4 people, according to the document. The bombshell revelations were revealed in a probable cause affidavit that was unsealed today before Kohberger made his initial appearance. Kohberger is charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary. The gruesome murders left the town of Moscow, Idaho, deeply shaken as the killer remained on the loose for weeks. As investigators feverishly proceeded to process the gruesome crime scene, Kohberger carried on with business as usual on the Pullman, Washington campus, an 8-mile drive from the King Road home where the victims took their last breaths. The Washington State University PhD student continued teaching classes until the semester wrapped up, authorities said. Moscow police, who worked the case in partnership with the FBI and the Idaho State Police, announced on December 7th that they were looking for a white 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra spotted near the crime scene at the time of the murders. It was the first major clue that tipped law enforcement officials released, and the car search soon took center stage in that investigation. Now I'm just going to read out some highlights here of the affidavit that was just unsealed a little bit ago. This is just coming in right here on Live Now from Fox. As the affidavit reads, DM stated she opened her door for the 3rd time after she heard the crying and saw a figure clad in black clothing and mask that covered the person's mouth and nose walking towards her. DM described the figure as 5'10" or taller, male, not very muscular, but athletic.
Yeah, Jerry. So the Bryan Kohberger is the one who actually stabbed the 4 Idaho students. So there was 3 girls and 1 guy that was actually brutally stabbed, and 2 survivors were on the first floor of that one.
Dude, my mom didn't even know. I had to tell my mom today.
Yeah, it's weird. Yes, because a lot of people doesn't even actually know about this the whole thing.
Yeah,
You know,
she was
whenever
like,
when the Kylie Rodney thing was going on, I was asking people about it or trying to talk to people about it. No one even knew about it.
yeah, I had to tell my mom that too. She was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, dude."
Yeah.
I was like, "I'm down a rabbit hole," and she was like, "You need me to come get you?"
Yeah. Need me to come pull you out. Yeah.
I'll get the winch.
I still got a cough, guys. I still got a cold, so I don't know.
Dude, it hit my mom hard.
Yeah, I'm like sitting here like trying to not to cough and everything else. Like I said, I gotta go pick up my daughter in a little bit. I'm gonna go take her to McDonald's and everything and have fun. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today.
I am done with today. I'm done today. I've had enough today.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's get right back to the video.
Athletically built with bushy eyebrows. The male walked past DM as she stood in a frozen shock phase.
What's up, Rob?
The male walked towards the back sliding glass door. DM locked herself in her room after seeing the male. DM did not state that she recognized the male. This leads investigators to believe that the murderer left the scene. During the processing of the crime scene, investigators found a latent shoe print. This was located during the second processing of the crime scene by the ISP forensic team
And guys, I had so many people in my comments saying something about the shoe print. Remember whenever I said that the detectives said something about the shoe print, and that they never said anything about it again? I had so many people come on to tell me that on my comments that I was speculating on stuff, and I was like, no, there was actually a detective that actually said that. And I've had so many people come at me sideways about that, and now they actually are talking about the shoe print.
Right. There's pictures of it. And they said something about possibly a glove.
Yeah. Supposedly, with all the detectives looked over a black glove on the back of the house underneath some rocks or something.
Yeah,
but
which there was pictures of a glove. So
yeah. But now I haven't heard that from any law.
No.
So we're just gonna say that's speculations as well.
Absolutely.
Because you can look up on the internet. Guys, don't believe everything you see on the internet. Just
That's why I haven't really. I've watched all of the detectives that have covered this and everything like that, and what they're doing.
Yeah. So yeah, don't believe everything you see on the internet for real. So yes. Anyways, guys, let's jump back to the video.
First, using a presumptive blood test. A review of camera footage indicated that a white sedan, hereafter suspect vehicle 1, was observed traveling westbound in the 700 block of Indian Hills Drive in Moscow at approximately 3:26 in the morning, and westbound on Steiner Avenue at Idaho State Highway 95 in Moscow at 3:28 in the morning. These sightings show suspect vehicle 1 makes an initial 3 passes by the 11:20.
Hold on, now what did he say? Let's go back on it.
100 block of Indian Hills Drive in Moscow at approximately 3:26 in the morning, and westbound on Steiner Avenue at Idaho State Highway 95 in Moscow at 3:28 in the morning. These sightings show suspect vehicle 1 makes an initial 3 passes by the 1122 King Road residence and then leave via Walenta Drive. Based off my experience as a patrol officer, this is a residential neighborhood with a very limited number of vehicles that travel in the area in the early morning hours. Upon review of the video, there are only a few cars that enter and exit this area during the time frame. Suspect vehicle 1 can be seen entering the area for a 4th time at approximately 4:04 in the morning. Suspect vehicle 1 is next seen departing the area of King Road residence at approximately 4:20 in the morning at a high rate of speed here. And the affidavit does.
Thank you for the super stickers, Nada. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Continue to shed new information, saying on November 25th, 2022, MPD asked area law enforcement agencies to be on the lookout for a white Hyundai Elantra in the area. On November 29th, approximately at 12:28 in the morning, Washington State University Police Patrol Officer optioned the white Elantra registered at WSU. As a result of that investigation, he located a 2015 white Elantra with a Pennsylvania license plate. The vehicle was registered to Bryan Kohberger, hereafter Kohberger residing at 1630 Northeast Valley Road, apartment 201, Pullman, Washington. The same day at approximately 12:58 in the morning, the WSU officer was looking for the white Hyundai Elantra and located a 2015 white Hyundai Elantra in Pullman in the parking lot. And so that investigation continued, and then that is when they were able to zero in more on Kohberger, according to this affidavit. Kohberger's physical description is consistent with the description of the male DM saw inside the King Road residence on November 13th there. And we are also learning new information, as well as we reported to you earlier this week that there was 2 pullovers of Bryan Kohberger and his father, and we are now learning that the FBI initiated those pullovers to get a better sense and take a look there at the suspect that they were targeting. Of course, this is all coming out now in this affidavit that was just unsealed within the last hour right here on Live Now from Fox.
Wow. Okay. Well, so the car was all over that area, guys. So they tracked the phone movements everywhere. This whole thing's crazy, guys, and the wording of everything, I think, in my opinion, was put together very sloppy.
Yeah.
Like, if you read this stuff and you listen to this stuff, it's all good until you get to like the phone records, the tracing of the phone, and stuff like that. Then your head's like hurting because they're trying to describe it to you. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but yes, it's very
It
weird.
actually made sense to me because I have stroke brain.
Right. that very much makes very much sense, guys.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, this is crazy, guys. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna jump out of here. Like I said, I go pick up my daughter and everything. I just wanted to jump on here and actually share this with you guys and talk to you guys about all this stuff. I know it was unannounced. I didn't even put it in. I need to start putting stuff in the whatever that's called, guys. Yes, on the community page. I always want to call it the comment page. I don't know why. Community page. I need to put this stuff on to actually let you guys know I'm going to be live. So yes. Yeah, I want to actually, like I said, BTK Killer, I want to do one on him. But I want to find out more about if he really stalked him. If Bryan Kohberger really stalked him. That way I could give a great comparison. Because he kind of reminds me of, he had contact with the BTK Killer.
Yeah.
I mean, if he goes on to say, Bryan Kohberger actually told him, hey, I'm going to help you and stuff like that, guys. That is actually goes along with like the BTK Killer or something that he would have said to his victims. Because in the video I want to talk to you guys about and show you guys about is actually his confession video of the BTK Killer. And he goes on to say a lot of weird stuff in it.
Justin something or other, and it's Joseph Scott Morgan.
Now what now?
It's Joseph Scott Morgan and Justin something or other that did that affidavit thing.
I'll look that up. I looked it up because the next video
to follow when they read along with it.
Okay, because the next video I do is, like I said, I want to hopefully by tomorrow we get something new about him, about how if he stalked him, stuff like that, because it's just weird. He's just going to pick somebody, but then again, the BTK Killer actually went on to actually pick somebody and actually follow through with it and watched them and read about him and just went ahead and killed him. That's what the BTK Killer did. He said he didn't even have to be someone special. The one he picked was the special to kill. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's really weird how BTK Killer did it too.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the next live I have for you guys, something around that. But then again, I want to actually have a night where we let loose again. I like those nights where we talk about other things. I'm not gonna mention no names, but other things. And I've got a lot to talk about on that. So maybe next live we'll just let loose and have drama all over the place. So yes,
boy,
something like that. I got a video I got put back on my computer that I did last night. And I did it for a simple fact. I'm not going to release it, but I did it for the simple fact before I do live, I'm going to go back and listen to it. And I will know, it kind of refreshes my memory about everything I want to actually do a live about when it comes to drama. So yeah, I've got some plans up my sleeve, guys. And everybody, I'm actually going to get out of here. Scuba Sam, is there anything you need to say?
Nope. I'm going to go order pizza and I am staying in for the night. Well, Power Strokes don't have a live and I don't know who else, but I'm going to go and indulge.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have a live tonight, guys, but maybe tomorrow night we'll have a live. I'll make something up and I'll do a community post. We'll just have a live tomorrow night. So yes, I'll let you guys know what it's going to be about stuff.
Sounds good to me.
All right, Scuba, have a good one. All right, guys, there you go. I'm actually going to get out of here. Bye, Nada. Thank you, Nada, for the super sticker donations, everybody. Like I said, guys, I'm going to do another live for you guys tomorrow night. It's actually going to be probably about the BTK Killer and Bryan Kohberger all together. If not, then we'll just do drama and we'll just have a drama night. Let loose night is what I would say. Good job. See ya. Rob, have a good one. Thank you very much, guys. So, yeah, I don't know. Do you guys want drama? Do you guys want to stay on? Let's let loose one night. Let's have a drama night, guys. Anyways, I'll make a community post and let you guys know what that's going to be about, guys. Anyways, yes, hashtag Crime Circus. Yes, Jack, Crime Circus is actually awesome. I actually found him, I think 2 or 3 days ago. Yes. Anyways, guys, I'm going to jump out of here. But first, love yourself, like yourself, be nothing but yourself. Like, subscribe, channel. It's highly appreciated, guys. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Thank you.